I know you get asked about this a lot, but I got to hear your take on it. And I was trying to find you talk about it somewhere, and I can't. Your famous tweet, the I ain't come here to play no school tweet.
Yeah.
I was, I saw a little bit of like an article, and you were talking about it, like how, I think you tweeted, like, can't believe I said something this stupid back in the day. But like, it's an iconic tweet, like absolutely iconic. Everyone in the country knows about it. It said constantly, give us the backstory on the I ain't come here, we ain't come here to play no school tweet.
The backstory of why I tweeted it boiled down to I was disappointed. I just got we was on quarters, like I said before, and I just got back. And you was in school on quarters, right? Were you guys did you guys have quarters?
We did like the 2 semesters.
Oh, you guys were always, okay. Yeah. So we would transition into semesters. Mm-hmm. Quarters, it happens so fast. Like first week and a half of classes, you got a midterm like the following week.
Yeah.
So it was happening so fast. I remember just putting all the time, effort, and energy into studying for this midterm, and I didn't get the grade I wanted, but still a high grade. I didn't get the grade I wanted, and I was bummed out because it was right during the time I had to apply for a major.
Yeah.
And I knew I needed a in this course, and if I didn't get a on this midterm, it was going to be tough. I had to get a damn near perfect score on the final to get an A in the course. So I had it all figured out, and it was my last grade that was going to help me apply for my major. I needed a certain GPA, and I was just pissed. And I tweeted that, coming out that class, and I was just like, it made me put things in perspective. And I think, honestly, the way that things are handled now, that tweet is a reality.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, when you think about the portal, when you think about NIL, these guys are going to schools for, where they can capitalize on the NIL the most. So they're not talking about the education, and then like my argument is always this, when those coaches come recruit you, education is inferred, but it's not installed. Yeah. It's not like, hey, come to Ohio State because we got a great engineering program.
It's like check the box with it, but that's it.
Yeah, exactly. Like the littlest thing that we hear in recruiting, and that's not just from Ohio State, but all coaches around the country, is the only time you hear about the academic part of things is on your visit for 30 minutes, and then you go back to the facilities and how much you're going to eat and the gear you're going to wear and all this other stuff. Yeah. So, and then another thing on top of that, well, when you commit to a school, like these kids ain't saying, hey, I'm committing to Fisher School of Business at Ohio State. Hey, I'm committing to Ohio State Buckeyes to play football. Yeah. So that mindset is already installed in the guys. And a lot of, I kid you not, a lot of guys are shell shocked when they understand that, yes, you have to go to class and maintain a certain GPA. They're like, what? I know nothing about this. But, clearly it was a dumb mistake. I wish I can take it back or say it in a very a better way to get my message across and get my feelings across at that time. But, it's pretty cool to see that in the textbook of what not to do on social media.
Did you get a call from Urban Meyer right after you tweeted that?
Oh my God. I got scolded by Coach Meyer. Everybody you could think of, and it was so funny because my academic advisor at the time, a guy named Pierre, he was trying to cover for me, and I didn't pick on to it. So I was getting all these missed calls because it went viral. And I make the argument today. I'm like, I blew up Twitter. Yeah, because Twitter was still so new. So I'm like literally so I remember that following night and then that following day in the morning, like that tweet was on like Good Morning America. Yeah. That tweet was on ESPN. It was everywhere, Fox, everywhere. Yeah. And I remember Anchor was like, college student athlete at Ohio State, Cardale Jones, took his thoughts to Twitter. Like she didn't know how to say Twitter. and tweeted out like Twitter was still so new. Yeah. And they was like, if you don't know what Twitter is a social network site where you can use up to 130 characters to engage with people. Like it was like you had to tell people what Twitter was. Yeah. And but going to the part where I got scolded, but Pierre tried to cover for me, and they were like, hey, just come over to the facility. I'm like, hey, I got another class. Like, no, don't worry about it. Come over to the facility right now. So I walk into Coach Meyer's office. It's Coach Meyer. It's my offensive coordinator. It's Gene Smith. It's and the president of the school.
Wow.
And I kid you not.
Whether you're a current athlete, a former athlete, or just an everyday person trying to stay in shape, you need to try the B-37S percussion gun from Ekron Athletics. Go to EkronAthletics.com today and start recovering faster and moving easier. That's Ekron Athletics, and use promo code NEXTUP for 25% off your purchase. That's EKRIN Athletics.com with promo code NEXTUP for 25% off your purchase.
I'm thinking they about to tell me, we're getting ready to play Nebraska. I'm thinking they about to tell me I'm about to get ready to start. It's all these heavy hitters. It's all these heavy hitters in the office. I'm like,
I'm about to start.
So I'm like, they about to tell me, like, hey, it starts today. Like, let's do this. I think they about to give me the pep talk. Yeah, we're going to start you and blah, blah, blah. And Pierre, so I walk in the room, Pierre's in front and all those guys behind him. So Pierre is looking at me like, hey, Cardale, like I told them, you just broke up with your girlfriend and, she hacked your phone and she tweeted that stuff out earlier today. You didn't do that. So I look at Pierre, I say, hey, no, that was me. I tweeted that. So Pierre was looking at me like this.
You're a moron.
And I didn't catch on. And he must have been trying to cover my butt to them before I got there. Yeah. And I just was like, I remember leaving there and the coaches was like, they just ripped me. And I just remember leaving feeling so bad for Pierre. I'm like, man, he probably about to get fired because he's probably lying for me.
Yeah.
But try to soften that, a whooping I got from the coaches and stuff. But I legit thought they're about to tell me I was starting.
That's awesome. That thing's iconic, man. It's on T-shirts. Yeah. It's
so many kids around graduation time in high school. I kid you not, and in college. So usually in the summer, it's so many kids that use that for their senior quotes and tag me on social media every year. I love it.
The legend lives on forever.